My face fell flat on the ground. I started crying, felt the presence once again. And from there, it's history, brother. From there, I became the right-hand man to that pastor, 3 months in the ministry. And then something different started happening to me. I started realizing that the things that were being preached were not aligned with the Word of God. And then I started basically telling the pastor and asking him why he was giving this information to the people if it's not biblically sound or correct. There's something going on, right? So that took me to the next church, to the next church, to the next church, and nothing would fill me up until one day I meet a Jewish rabbi. And he was a Messianic Jewish rabbi that believed in Jesus. And he is basically the one that disciples me for 5 years, shows me everything about the Word of God, takes me to the original context, to the disciples in their original form, and I learned things that nobody's ever going to teach you in a Christian church.
I love asking each guest that we have on
Sorry, I
about
made
their
it so
story.
long, but I had to.
No, but you know what? It's we let the guests just share their testimony, and it shares the power of God. It shares the experiences that you went through. It shares what other people might be experiencing themselves. And I like to put that in the beginning of our episodes because who knows who's watching and who may have had an interaction with a reptilian like yourself, or maybe who had a sleep paralysis moment, which I think that's just a way that the world puts a title on it. I think that it's a demonic encounter, and I think that everyone who does go through it, they cry to old daddy. They always cry to Jesus, okay?
Yep.
And he's the only one that can save you.
And then I found out what times we're actually living in, because that came later, right? And then I realized, dude, everything the Lord is doing right now for all of us, man. Have you guys heard of the demon slayers?
I think I have, yes.
Is that like basically certain God's people that are set up to slay demons on the front lines, basically?
Yeah, there's basically a group of youngsters, man, I would say 29 to 35 years old on YouTube and everywhere else. And they're literally walking the streets and just bringing demons out of people. And their ministries have grown. Daniel Adams is one of them. There's many of them. But it's because of the times we're in, brothers.